Howdy everybody. We're in the booth right now, and I'm gonna let my buddy James, who's doing some what's called fine artwork, really fun stuff. Let's look at, go ahead James, put the flashlight on that again, and it changes color. Chameleon, okay. All right, so I'm gonna let James explain what this project's all about, and this might be good for some of you artists out there looking for other avenues, because there is some really big money in doing this kind of stuff. All right, James, why don't you tell us a little bit about what these things are, and kind of as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting.
So what I do is I'm mostly in the custom paint world, which puts me in avenues with concept artists. That's what this is. I do work for a concept artist. He's supposedly like the top third highest paid artist in the world. These are on display at a gallery right here on the planet Earth somewhere. Look it up, you can find them. And with the World Cup coming around, or we're right in the middle of it right now, so it's a great time to be painting all these soccer balls. And this turns into, it's called a tower of balls. And we stack these 10 balls on top of each other, and it's just a great art piece,
Can we talk about how much they're worth?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow.
I mean, the people that pick this artwork up from me and takes it to the gallery, they make thousands of dollars. I mean, it takes a lot to get this done. My buddy molds these balls. They're made out of fiberglass. He ships them down to me from the Bay Area. I paint them. And what we're doing now is I'm just in the booth trying to find any little speck of dust. I've spent months cleaning this booth so I can get a clean paint job in here.
It's really nice.
So trying to find a piece of dirt that I can buff out, or that I need to, because this is fine art, like Tom says. So
that is beautiful. I can't believe you can get it that clean in here. Wow. It just goes to show it has nothing to do with the booth. It has to do with the prep of just getting the booth clean enough and the way you spray. There's no orange peel. There's no orange peel. I mean, I don't see any orange peel, and I see no dirt, none.
Well, I was walking around, Tom, and over here with my magnifiers, I can see a speck of dirt. See this right here? I don't know if you can pick that up.
It'll be fun. We'll go take it out and go buff it, and then you can tell people about CSI.
Yeah, so I've spent many of years, I've been painting for a long time. I've been working with Tom for years, way too many years to mention, but yeah, we're always just trying to find the ultimate finish. We developed CSI Polish, everything together. And this is a great opportunity to show you what it takes. Like, this is an operation to get that little speck of dirt out of that ball. But we have the cleanest system, the less products necessary, and I'll show you how it's done, step by step. Right here, a little speck right there.
And we'll probably see it once you color sand it. All right, James.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit it with a piece of 1,000 and a pretty firm block. Because it has to really cut that thing flat. We don't want to go through all these steps and realize we just created a little mound there. So I'm going to cut it pretty good with 1,000. Just keep it nice and small so you can see it kind of going away there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is a pretty technical operation, which we try to show all the time. See, now it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it just disappear. Yeah. The color sanding and buffing process is no joke. I mean, typically, the guy doing it is not the highest paid. The painters get all the credit, but this is pretty critical. This is 1,500. Rule of thumb for me is go over it 3 times. Now I'll hit it with 2,000. And I was telling Tom the other day that I do my color sanding all the way down to 3,000. This stuff, this piece of paper is so expensive. But I wish Tom would have corrected me and told me the best thing to do with this is just throw it in the trash, because it just fools you. 2,000 grit scratch is plenty fine enough for CSI product.
All right.
Go back over it different directions, this way, a little this way, kind of end in a nice circular motion. I don't know, that's just my preference, but feather that out. I can tell that the 1,000 grit scratch is gone in the middle.
Looks good. It's just no orange peel. You really got that painted nice, James.
Yeah, you could tell like at the edges, there's no orange
there's
peel.
no at all.
Well, that's the thing, like a positive surface like this is a lot easier to get the ultimate finish. You get a flat hood or the side of a car, it's a lot different. This is the ultimate thing to paint, you know. Luckily, because I would hate to have to color sand and buff all these balls. It would drive me crazy. I'd probably end up dropping one. But now we just take our CSI-XX wool pad.
Is that the tool you use all the time for buffing? That tool?
I use a lot of tools, you know, like this, just use this product. You can use any pad, any tool. For this fine piece of art, I had to hold it and buff it. So I use a little buffer. Put a little dab on there, and slowly start working it in. Same thing, I go over it about 3 times. I don't buff it real dry. I can't afford to heat this up, but it's gone.
That looks good. Wow. Nice. And the gloss here, where you haven't buffed, and the gloss there is almost the same, even though it's only a wool pad.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool.
So I'll go over it with this fine art just with 2 different pads. This is a little bit less of a cutter than a wool pad, but it brings the gloss up to a little bit different level. I'm trying to think, I was on this one, right? Yeah, that puts it to just 1 step better. And the ultimate finish is your nice fine black pad. That's all you need. That yellow pad, probably not necessary, but it's just 1 extra step that I do. That way I don't feel guilty about charging as much as I do to paint and buff this stuff. Blend around a little bit, and there you go. I even like to take a little product to wipe it down.
Yeah, you got all the noises in a body shop. Some alarm system going off next door.
Just kind of blend it out, wipe it off, and there you have it, the ultimate finish.
Maybe we can go outside and look at it in the sun.
Yeah, even if you're, just to show, a little water, just a little bit. It mixes with this minimal dust and turns into what I call as a final detail.
It's nice you didn't have to color sand and rub these complete ball. It's awesome.
Yeah, but see, that's all it takes to get rid of that one little speck, but it's a process. We want to take this out in the sun and see what this thing looks like.
All right, we're in direct sun right after James color sanded that.
So here we are, we're working on this area, but like what we shoot for is the invisible repair. You can't tell which one it was, so it blended in nice. There's no flat spot from color sanding it flat.
Those are so neat. It looked like a real soccer ball.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.